I turned 36 this year. I run a multi-million-dollar company with a beautiful family that loves and cares for me. Honestly, I'm pretty financially set. However, I would be worth 10 times as much as I am right now if I knew these things that I know now. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 8 things I wish I knew in my 20s to help set you up for success. So let's get into it.
I wish I spent more time to think about my values when I was a lot younger. It's kind of like a compass that you follow when you're faced with an obstacle and you don't know which direction to choose. Having a clear set of core values help you make the decisions that you are faced with and the choices that you are faced with as well. So that's my advice to you. That's the first one. The second one is create a mission statement. Usually, mission statement goes something like this. I, insert your name, choose to live by, and then you fill in the blank with your core values. Because, and then you fill in the why you want to live that way. That's an example of a mission statement. And questions to help you answer what that mission statement should entail would be, what would you want people to remember you for? What legacy would you want to leave with the next generation? Now, I'll leave an example of some good mission statements in the PDF below where you can download it. Now, the third thing that I would tell myself if I could turn back time to my 20s is I would focus a lot of my energy on learning as much as I can. In my early teens and as well as in my early childhood, I wasn't much of a reader. I didn't really like reading books. I felt that they were boring and I preferred comfort. I preferred entertainment, which was through the other means such as watching movies, series, playing games with my friends. Not saying that doing activities with your friends is wrong. It's just that for me personally, I felt that my life just improved exponentially and dramatically once I started learning the right things and I start practicing those right things. If you're watching this and you're much younger than I am, perhaps you're in your 20s or you're in your teens, well, start learning, start growing, start looking into the areas that you're interested in. If you like games, then go all out in gaming. Learn how games are built, learn the mechanics, learn the psychology, and see where it takes you. The fourth thing that I would like to tell myself is that be more active, man. Get off of your ass. Stop fitting for so long. Back then I was a chubby kid. I didn't really have much of a problem like gaining or putting on weight, but I wasn't fit as well. I realized that as I grew up, I started to dive into the right knowledge and right mindset. I realized how much I could push myself, not just in my mind, but in my physical strength as well. I wish that I had spent more time practicing and just training hard in terms of my physical condition. And I know as a fact that once I really started to exercise well, my allergies went away, my skin got better, I slept much better as well. A lot of the sicknesses that I had, they all kind of disappeared after I started to basically work on my fitness. I actually wish that I had started that sooner. So if you're listening, start living an active lifestyle. Now, the fifth one is going to be something that a lot of you guys who love food are going to enjoy, because I would tell my younger self to eat a lot. Now, this goes in line with living an active lifestyle. When you're young, your body can burn calories a lot faster than when you're older. I think that's the fun part about being young, is you can try out a lot of things and not suffer the consequences of what might happen down the line. Number 6, focus your energy on the right things that actually add value to you. I was very much addicted to porn when I was much younger, and I think like most men, it can grow to become an addiction that can be hard to get rid of. Now, I'm going to be very transparent here. It is something that you need to work on intentionally, and you have to admit and you have a problem first, and that it is not something that is natural. I think the energy that porn sucked away from me, and when I use that energy in something else, like in learning, like in getting a physical exercise and actually diving in proper relationships with people. I wish I had focused more of my energy on the things that added value to my life, such as traveling, such as venturing areas that I haven't been to. I wish I spent more time learning from the people that I had around me at the different stages of my life. I wish I was more daring to ask the right questions. I wish I got myself into a position where I could help and learn alongside people that were much more successful than I was. And I think those things were the things that I wish that I could have done. Now that I have Sadly, now that I have a business, I have a company to take care of, it's much more difficult for me to get myself in those positions again. That luxury, which is basically the luxury of time. So to my younger version, focus your energy on the things that add value to you. The second last thing, I wish I started to take notes, develop the habit of journaling faster. I realized in my past 10 years of my life that by taking some time to journal the learnings and the activities that you do on each day, and it really helps you clear your mind. The one thing that I have felt that has helped me tremendously is that when I start to journal and when I start to reflect back on that day, even though I'm tired at the end of the day, there's usually a lot of big wins that I can basically be grateful for. And that's an amazing thing to do before you sleep, because then you fall asleep with a heart of gratitude. And then of course you sleep better instead of a heart filled with trouble, with stress, with anxiety. You end up falling asleep on good stuff instead of bad stuff. If you start journaling early, you can also use that as lessons that you can then use to teach your children. You can use that as stories to talk to your wife. They're always good, funny moments that you can share with your friends and in a dinner table. And the last thing, which is definitely not considered the least, is to value your family when you're young. And if you are in a family like mine where we have Asian parents, they are usually very picky and they are on you all the time, especially Asian parents are like, Jedi, you must do this, you must do that, you must do this. When you're young, you tend to feel like they're nagging. Then as you grow up, you see behind their nagging as their love and their care for you. You start to realize that, man, all of those years that I felt bad for their nagging, I could have switched those feelings to something much more positive, and it could have added a much more meaningful relationship with my parents. And ultimately, when you feel stressed, feel down, feel bad because of someone else's words, even though they intended for good and their heart meant for good, but you end up forming bitterness. And you think that they don't understand you, but actually you also don't understand them. And if you turn that bitterness into understanding, and from understanding to love, I think a relationship between my parents would have been much, much better as I grew up. Because I've witnessed a lot of my friends who lost their parents and the pain that they went through and the regrets that they had. And I really don't want to be that person. I want to make sure that I spend each moment with them in a meaningful way and in a positive way as well. There you have it. Those are the 8 things that I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. I hope you found value in this video. If you resonated with any of these, let me know down in the comments. Would appreciate a like and subscribe for all of you. Looking forward to connect with all of you more next time. Thank you.